I don't care if you've been drowning in abusive baby oil all night. If you up, smash that like button. Welcome to Black and Black Times Infinity. I'm your host, the Dulu's Prodigy, coming to you live and direct from the Vista. Smoke me out, fam, with the dank. It's the dank shit on my left, the oldest ninja in the world, old ninja.
So is it safe to buy baby oil now or not?
It was never safe. Not at Costco levels. Not them crates.
No. Oh, no crates. Okay.
Yeah,
I need to change my order.
no crates. On my far right, engineering on the ones and twos, choking people out on threes and fours, Chronos.
Hey, Men in Black is just intergalactic ice. I'm just saying.
Last but not least, we got a special guest coming right off the dome from the Midwest. We got your girl Lily.
I not at all was prepared. I had a whole bonnet on and a face mask on that I had to go quickly scrub off.
Glad to have you back. Good to see you.
Yo. I got to do the things. First, the chat is Papa Bear. Thank you very much. And the listener of the week is that's a different one. In Spider-Man. I guess it's in Speedy Man. Yeah, it's not Spider-Man. In Speedy Man.
Okay.
Speedy Man?
Speedy
I
Man.
like it.
Yeah, it's literally INSIPIDMAN. So,
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, appreciate you listening, whoever you are. We
Sorry,
back
my
up in
shit's not
here,
back there.
old ninjas. Well, first of all, because people are going to ask, no blue tonight, but we're going to keep it rocking and keep it moving. Again, thank you so much for joining, Lily. I know it's later at your time,
Yes.
but you know, we
Honestly,
always appreciate you being
we
with
just
us.
got
We gonna
dope
get
ass
some
news. I'm
perspective.
sorry to interrupt you. Really good news for the day. Papa Bear just said this in the chat. This is gonna make my day a little bit better.
What?
The BBB bill, the bullshit fucking bill that was gonna screw over basically everybody, or at least people that didn't have a lot of money, just failed to pass the House. So
Look at that.
there we
Look
go.
at that.
All right.
Look
Go America.
at that.
I've been for the past 3 days been reading through all 943 pages of that fucking document.
Wow.
It's 900 pages?
Yeah, it's long.
It's
Unlike
over
most
900 pages.
Unlike most
Sounds like-
people in Congress, this is what I fucking have a problem with when they say, "Oh, I didn't read it." Motherfucker, that's your job. That is your job. That is your job.
Thank you.
To read this shit. It's very simple.
So, wait, who on here has seen House of Cards? I know me and Stitch were.
Nah, I didn't watch that one.
I watched it until I
So-
learned that he was like a rapey guy. So
Same as I. However, as you know, guess what? Who read the fucking reports? They're fucking interns.
Yeah.
They didn't read it. The interns gave them the highlights.
yeah, I mean, which,
Old ass people, they don't read that shit.
And I'm
Which
doing
is
this
ev-
shit without
which
getting
is-
experience.
yeah, you're not
Yeah,
getting
that's
paid
really
$160,000.
scary, though, because some of those folks are literally fresh out of college or like really young, and not that there's anything wrong with that, but I need somebody who's a fucking expert and has some decision making to do their homework and do the reading. Like if Lily, if you could do it, read 900 pages, then guess what?
I haven't finished it. I've been working on it for like 3 days.
Still, but if you're
That's a
making
lot.
progress.
900 pages. That's a whole novel. I didn't read all my novels.
Yeah, that's two novels. That's a whole trilogy sometimes.
Well, no, because if it's a George R.R. Martin, that's just like part one.
Yeah, no, you never know.
Hold on, we can debunk this for a second.
That's wild shit. Oh,
So this is the first book in the Gilded series, which is this thick.
There you go.
And this is
look at that. So for those of you who are via
it's only
audio,
765.
There you go. There you go.
so for those of you who are listeners via audio, Lily has it was a book, but it was like the size of a brick.
There you go. It's a
Right?
Bible
No, it was
verse.
not. I'm sorry, it's the size of a old technology called the phone book. It
Yeah.
was like the size of that, or two of those, to be honest. So,
Yep.
I'm willing to bet one of my copies of the Necronomicon has close to 900 pages, but most books don't have.
Doesn't the Lord of the Rings have 900 some odd pages or whatever?
I don't know.
One of them. I know the big thing about George R.R. Martin is word count and page count. I know one of his books is over 1,000 pages.
Well,
This is the Lord of the Rings.
yeah.
Which is it? Is that? Oh, I think Return of the King is like one of the longest.
All right, let's bring it on back a little bit, but yeah, definitely read. I'm glad that didn't pass quite yet, and we gonna keep it goddamn moving. Old Ninja, do you want to pour out anything for anybody?
Yeah, because I didn't do this last week because I was having connection issues. So this week we're going to revisit some of the ones that are our dearly departed. We pour out some St. Ives this week, starting with Ann Burrell. So she passed, I think, the day of the podcast last week. So I barely got this in, but she was a Food Network TV chef where she hosted Secrets of a Restaurant Chef and co-hosted Worst Cooks in America. She also taught at the Institute of Culinary Education. She appeared in numerous Food Network shows, including Iron Chef, The Best Thing I Ever Ate, Guy Fieri's Roadshow, and recently she competed in Food Network's House of Knives. She also hosted an 11-day Food Network cruise throughout the Mediterranean and across the Atlantic across the Atlantic and aboard the brand new Celebrity Silhouette in late 2011. She also hosted Chef Wanted with Ann Burrell on the Food Network, which ran for 3 seasons and 36 episodes. She was found unconscious and unresponsive in Brooklyn last Tuesday and was pronounced dead at the scene. No cause of death has been given as of yet. She was 55.
Young.
And then this one's from a few weeks ago, which I couldn't get to. Ananda Lewis, born, I'm going to butcher this name because I didn't know her full name was this. Born Sarasvati Ananda Lewis, I believe that's how I pronounce her first name. She was a host for both BET and MTV during the late 1900s. After graduating from Howard University, she hosted Teen Summit on BET and was an MTV VJ where she hosted Hot Zone and then filled in sometimes on Total Request Live. Incidentally, while she was a student at Howard, she was featured in the music video to the R&B group Shy, their music video for Baby I'm Yours, which was filmed on the Howard campus. She was also the subject of MTV's documentary True Life, I Am Driving While Black. She's won 2 NAACP Image Awards for her work with teens and interviewing then First Lady Hillary Clinton. She also ran her own nationally syndicated talk show, which ran for 2 seasons. It was called The Ananda Lewis Show. She took a break after her show was ended and became a correspondent for The Insider. And in 2019, she was on the TLC show While You Were Out. She had been battling stage 3 breast cancer for 7 years, and she died at the age of 52 last 2 weeks ago.
Super young. I will say this for us old fuckers. Ananda Lewis was one of those it VJs. Like, you know what I mean? Like, she was always on BET and MTV, setting up some videos and doing interviews and whatnot. Really, really awesome woman. The other thing I remember vividly about her is she covered that infamous Woodstock 99 and those riots real well. You remember that shit?
Yeah.
You know?
Back when, what was it? I think it was Limp Bizkit basically caused a riot.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And they didn't get in trouble.
Nah. But yeah, I think you can still find that either on Netflix or a documentary about it, but there's some scary shit. That if you survived that fucking concert, definitely get a prostate exam at this point in your life. But at the same time, that shit was scary, and it's wild to see her fucking covering it. You know, rest in peace to her.
Yeah, it was crazy. Like when I think of like early VJs, I remember her, but like I think one of the main ones that I remember is like Downtown Julie Brown and like Kurt Loder, a couple other guys too. That were just like, they're super old now too. They're like in their, I want to say 60s.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I think it's Ananda, right? Not Amanda.
Yep.
Yeah,
Ananda.
Ananda, yeah, like her, because she talked about getting cancer like early on, and she talked about basically people should just be trying to avoid, like, stop doing certain things that are cancer causing, and She was all about that stuff like really early on. But obviously, she wasn't as popular as she was when she talked about it. But go back and watch her old interview, and she gives kind of some semi-sage advice about those things. Which is, I mean, it's sad because she was pretty young. I mean, she's like our age. Which I mean, I guess we're not that fucking young, but you know.
Very sad. Yeah. Ugh. It is what it is. All right. Any others, old ninjas?
Sorry, there's something in Lily's background that I recognize.
What you recognize?
There's a lot of stuff.
It's the bear. That's
Bear.
that TAD bear. Yeah, so that bear is probably like, I don't want to say one of a kind, but it's like pretty rare.
The company doesn't exist anymore, so
No,
yeah.
but it's Triple Lot Design. It used to be a spinoff company called Rocket World. Yeah, and that's like the bear. Yeah.
I think I named him Timbers, but it had to be said with a lisp. But nice. Actually, that bear almost got me in trouble a lot in high school because I would bring it to class and I would get bullied for it. Wow. And I, at one point, may or may not have gotten into a physical altercation because someone kissed the bear.
I didn't know you even still had that, kid. That's wild. Yeah. I'm sorry, whole ass adult.
Wow. Hey, man, I'm talking about a teddy bear right now. There's only so much adulting I can be, okay?
There you go.
Well, I mean, it's a teddy bear from a tactical clothing company, so there's that.
Shit. There we go. There's a little bit of badassery to it. That and it's a super fucking weird teddy bear. Its head is massive. But both of its eyes are different like sizes, and it only has like one tooth.
Yeah.
I still have that rhino too that you got me in Djibouti.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's a protector of my car.
Wow. Okay.
Good shit. Kronos, you got on some type of cool anime shirt that I think you need to describe really quickly.
Oh, this is actually not an anime shirt. This is Baby Metal. Baby Metal?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I went to go see them, what was it, like almost 2 years ago?
Okay.
I took actually a kind of a messed up story. So I took my youngest daughter, who's not having a good night right now. We went to go see Baby Metal, and Death Clock was there. So it's Death Clock and Baby Metal. And it was a cool concert because it was in the Palms, and like literally we stayed in the Palms. So it was like you just go downstairs, watch the show, go back upstairs, go to sleep. It's great for old people. So I take her to this concert, and Death Clock opens, and I totally forgot that Death Clock is a very visual show. Like the concert, and it's like just murder. There's like Mermaider came on, and there's like mermaids like with their tits out, just like murdering people and shit. And then there was like what was it? There's a song about syphilis. I ejaculate fire, and it's like literally it starts like in the desert, and some like old diseased woman gives this guy head like the king, and then like his dick turns into fire. And I was just like, oh yeah, this is a terrible idea. So like literally had to put my jacket over her head, and like I was like, here, just play a game on my phone and don't watch any of these give you nightmares. My bad.
Oh my god.
The Baby Metal's awesome, but so was Death Clock. Yeah.
Oh my god! You told me you brought my sister to that. I was laughing for a week straight.
Well, I was hoping that Death Clock would come on last, because that way, you know, my ex and Riley could just go to bed after Baby Metal. But no, they came on first, so yeah.
I almost went to that show in Detroit.
It's a great show.
Because they were promoting it at I want to say it was Michigan Lottery. No, it wasn't Michigan Lottery Amphitheater. I think it was DTE. Because I was at a different show. And they were like, hey, come by next week to come see this. And I was like, I might come by. This advertising might work on me real quick.
Nice. Real quick, I know this is random as hell. Lily, there is a Michigan weird-ass horror movie called Barbarian. I saw it on Netflix this weekend. It's the most Detroit thing I've ever seen. Basically, it's an abandoned house that's turned into a Airbnb.
Oh, that is half of Michigan housing.
Yeah. On the scariest 8 Mile looking street I've ever seen. This is the only house that's actually like still has a roof and whatnot. Crazy ass creatures hunt you from the basement.
So, funny enough, there's 2 different cryptids associated with Michigan.
Mm-hmm.
Neither of them ever gets talked about. Like everybody only talks about like the shitty parts of Detroit. We have like actual cryptids.
Yes.
Like you don't have to have new ones. We have them already.
Yes. Check out the trailer. I'm not saying this is some great horror movie. I'm just saying it's very Detroit. That's all I'll say.
Detroit. It takes place in Detroit?
It's all in Detroit, and it's scary as hell. That's all I'll say. But we got to get to, we talked about it a little bit. It looks like we lost Sully. Hopefully she'll join again. We talked about it a little bit with our intros. Mr. Freak Nasty, Mr. Take that baby oil. You want to set it up, old ninja?
Wait, what did he say? That I told you that we won't stop, Mr. Freakoff. Get your freak off, Mr. Freakoff. Yeah. So, Puff Daddy, also known as P Diddy, was I guess he was officially charged with 5 counts, some pretty serious charges, and I guess was it today or it was yesterday? Was it not? It was yesterday.
It was a partial. It was partial yesterday, and like the full verdict today.
Oh, the full verdict. I thought the full verdict was last night. I couldn't.
No,
I know they went back to deliberate.
Yeah.
Okay, so the major crimes he was accused of, such as the sex trafficking and racketeering, which carry hefty penalties to them, he was acquitted of. And the lesser kind of charges was like, what was it?
Prostitution.
Yeah, I think the 2 charges of prostitution, and I think one was sexual battery or some bullshit. Like some ones that have like very little like hard time. He was found guilty. So 2 out of the 5 counts he was found guilty on was carry, lesser charges where he could. I don't think he was sentenced. As far as I'm aware of, was he sentenced? Was he
Not yet?
Okay, so I think that's the biggest debate here and now is that what will his sentence be? Some people believe he might get time served.
I mean, he didn't serve 10 years, so no.
Yeah, he didn't serve 10 years,
Yeah.
but they could say he could do 10. He could do a year. He could do probation. Like, who knows what the fuck could happen? But the other stuff, the whole racketeering, and whatnot, is didn't stick. And I feel kind of bad for Cassie because she went through some shit in that whole relationship.
But so here's what fucked me up though. We all saw this horrific, violent ass maniac monster beating up Cassie in that hotel footage like a year ago. Crazy, sick, disgusting shit.
I'm sorry, I'm pretty sure it's longer than a year.
Maybe it was, but my understanding, you tell me if I'm way mistaken on this, but these charges were separate from what we saw in that hotel video.
Yeah, that's the thing I think most people kind of forget is that the Cassie verdict was already reached. She already got money for that stuff. So not that I'm like, that makes it okay, but it does get into sort of like the double jeopardy kind of deal, which is kind of weird. But yeah, I mean, he didn't serve any time for that. So he just paid money.
Yeah, was it maximum of 20 years? I'm sorry, but I feel like owning 1,000 bottles of baby oil gets you at minimum more than 20 years.
It's not illegal to own baby oil.
No. We talked about this last time. Let's be clear.
I mean, no person, you don't need that much, of course, but it's not illegal to have that.
Yes, you can have some baby oil. You can have a few bottles of baby oil, man. Live your life. You're an adult. When you get into Costco crates and IVs and whatnot, you're doing too much. You're doing way too much.
Isn't it you can get charged with possessing things with intent to commit a crime?
I mean, that much baby oil, you're not living a well-balanced life.
No, there's absolutely nothing legal that I can think about except swimming in it like you're Scrooge McDuck.
or if you're part of like old school, like a frat or something. I mean,
no. No no fraternity on the planet in the history of fraternities has ever been on the upside of legality with that much baby oil. And I don't believe you know of any frats that have that much baby oil. I'm sorry. I've been to college. I know what frats are. No. A few bottles? Absolutely. A
I'm talking
Costco
about
crate?
Yeah,
No.
enough to feel like a little
No.
little kiddie swimming pool.
Never in the
It's like-
history of. No.
Mhm. Hey, they
I know
did
this is
KY
like an
wrestling in old school.
unrelated and like completely irrelevant fact, but that is the most inefficient way to store that much baby oil. Get a fucking get like a pitcher. Why are you getting all these individual tiny ass bottles? You want travel size? You're not leaving your fucking house.
Yeah.
Hi.
You know, the thing about baby oil is it's a funny product. Like nobody puts it on babies. Let's start with that. And we know that it has these freaky ass connotations for like the porn, and sometimes people use it in wrestling stuff and WWE. There's no good thing that comes out of having that much, though. At the end of the day, yes, you can have some baby oil. It's not illegal to own.
What if you had 1,000 babies?
But
what if you had 1,000 babies?
If you got 1,000 babies, absolutely go ahead.
Nick Cannon, it doesn't even have that much.
I mean,
I don't know.
Yeah, nobody knows.
That he knows of. He knows of.
I mean, he's been to Alaska. He's been to Southeast Asia. Who knows where he planted? So, but yeah. So each of these counts, they carry a maximum of 10 years, but they're saying prosecutors saying he should get at least 51 to 63 months in prison, but he may do 4 years, 5 years. He might do a year. He might do time served. We have no idea. We'll find out when to get sentenced, but we'll see.
When just to make sure I'm on the same page, when you say time served, he's in jail right now, right?
He's in jail now. Mm-hmm.
So that would count towards potentially his
every
sentence.
Every day he's in jail would count to his sentence, which could reduce. It's really up to the judge and how he feels that he was. Actually, I have no idea obviously it's about what the judge feels that he may have done. I don't know if he was a model fucking prisoner. I have no fucking idea. But really, if the judge feels like, he did his time and whatever, he could sentence whatever the fuck he wants. But he could sentence him the maximum 10 years. He could do 10 years. Never know.
Look, I'll speak for myself only on this one. I want him serving as much prison time as possible. Like, and I know it's separate, but just watching that hotel video alone, minus even the baby oil, this man belonged at the bottom of all the prisons. Like that was as rough as it gets. So we'll see.
I feel like there might have been more that we didn't get to see. That the jury might. But the jury. I think the jury might have seen worse.
I'm sure they saw it. I'm sure they saw and heard about some horrific
also, slightly side note, one of the members of Diddy Kane has a case against him that's separate from this one. So she has her own case against.
I'm sorry, a member of what? Is that a band or something?
Hey, they had a couple
Kane.
hits. Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know her. If you ever watched his show Making the Band.
Oh yeah.
So Diddy Kane was the second group on that show. I think the first one was Dream or some shit like that. So
okay.
Yeah, Diddy Kane had all those like the girls like D Woods and Aubrey O'Day and like there's like a lot of them became like, somewhat starlets for a little bit, but not really. So there you go.
All right. Well, we will see. So hopefully some sentencing information maybe tomorrow, later this week. Who the fuck knows?
I have no idea when he's supposed to be sentenced. Maybe tomorrow? Who knows?
Yeah.
I don't know, but fuck that dude. So
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, honestly. It's funny. Like, it was in the chat. I don't know if you guys talked about it because I've been on and off the mic. But there was a thing. Blue had talked about. What was her name? Lil Kim. And I was like, you know what? Remember back in like the 90s when they said Lil Kim had to have her stomach pumped because she had too much cum in her system?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was like one of the first freak offs. Sorry, Lily. Yep. I just said that and I'm your dad. But you know what you're getting into when you're on this podcast. So,
it's fine. I forgot that was a thing.
That was a
And
thing.
I'm just like,
So-
all right.
Yeah.
It was such a fucking thing, and this is pre-internet '90s kind of like you're not even
No,
really
I mean,
going online.
the internet's still like, I mean, the internet for me existed.
I'm sorry. What I mean is, yes, there was internet, but there wasn't like
It wasn't like today's internet. Yeah.
it wasn't like today, and it didn't even. Let me say this: to my knowledge, it didn't even start online. I just remember hearing it from people.
Oh yeah, it was all word of mouth. Yeah, it was just like it's like the telephone game. It's probably just it's probably just like a seafood poisoning or something like that. She probably had like a stomach ache or some shit, and then all of a sudden she's full of cum. And she's like, what? If you think about it now as an adult, it's like I find that hard to believe.
Yes,
Like I think
exactly.
there's only probably so much cum you can ingest. I'm just saying.
I don't know. Ask Bonnie Blue. She might know.
Yeah, before like you throw up.
Oh,
So
damn.
yeah, I don't know why you need your stomach pumped. So, but more to the point though, she was probably on a lot of drugs that he put her on.
Yes.
That's probably the reason why she never stomach pumped. So
Or alcohol poisoning.
yeah.
And remember,
That's
she's like 4'11" with
Yeah, she's
the
tiny.
heels on.
She's tiny, and now she's like Asian. It's super weird.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
So-
What the fuck do you mean now she
she's not-
is?
I mean,
She's
you got
Is
the
that
internet, right?
contagious?
All right,
So
Lily,
she's
pick up your phone and
Yeah,
Google
she's-
what does Lil Kim look like today.
Mhm.
so I
She's
wouldn't
gonna
say
want
she's
plastic
Asian.
surgery or something.
She looks
She's
like
a cat person. She's
yeah,
a cat person now.
she looks Asian at best, Thundercat at worst.
At worst, yeah. So who's that? Who's that one
Cats
lady?
are out of this.
She looks like the other fashion lady, the cat lady that she
Yeah.
had like hundreds of surgeries on her face. Lil Kim looks like that. Like most of her melanin is gone.
Yep.
They like drained her with all that, or she donated or some bullshit.
Yeah, she looks.
gone.
Yeah, it's
Kim
It's a
Kardashian adopted it.
And honestly,
Damn.
like back in the day, she was pretty bad.
Yeah.
You know?
She was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bad is not bad meaning bad, but bad meaning good. All right, just to be clear.
Yeah, like fat with a PH is good, but fat with an F isn't.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Indeed.
Indeed.
Draw the line when someone starts calling legs stems. We're not doing that shit.
Stems. Yeah, I'm good.
Wait, what was that? Is this stems?
Yes, I draw the line when someone starts calling legs stems.
Wow. I feel like that's like making an old term that's making a comeback. Maybe
It
that's
shouldn't.
just me.
I'm not a fucking plant. I'm not taking root somewhere.
Love it.
Wild stuff.
We gonna see. We gonna see.
All right.
All right. Where else
You
we
got
going?
y'all want to
Sorry.
talk about this bill? Because it just went
Sorry,
down.
I'm still looking at Little Kim before and after. It's just goddamn.
they look like two different people. You're like, who the fuck is that?
She went to like what was that? What's the name of those like little dolls? There's like a name. The Bratz doll. She went from like basically like looking super hot to like kind of Asian Thundercat. Then she went to like a Bratz doll.
That's sad.
Yeah. It's
Oh,
sad.
no. Not the Bratz doll. What's the ones that they're brats, but they're from Hot Topic? What are those ones? The little gothic like brat
Oh,
kind
I
of dolls.
don't know.
They
That's
had
more
the-
Lily's alley.
Yeah,
damn.
Look at she's wearing black right now.
That's what Lil Kim
That I
really
can
looks
find.
like.
I'm wearing black too.
Which is all ever gonna be black because black doesn't stain and I don't have to replace it.
Blackity black.
Are you talking about Monster High?
Maybe that sounds
sounds
pretty
right.
close. That sounds right.
Let's
I
go
think
with
that's-
that.
That was a TV show. It still is a TV show. That was
Yeah,
like
but
if
but they
monsters
also
went
had-
to high school.
They also had dolls. Their dolls looked like brat dolls, just all gothic. So
Yeah, they were just like if the mummy, went on a diet or some shit. Like if
I'm sorry. Did you say what if a mummy went on a diet?
huh?
Did you say what if a mummy went on a diet?
I don't know how to describe what the hell that show was trying to achieve.
Okay.
I didn't watch the show. I'm aware of it,
Oh,
but I
okay.
didn't watch it. Kind of like a Digital Circus,
Hmm.
but that's like insanely popular right now, and I'm trying my best to like understand why, and I don't. Same with fucking Labubus. That shit doesn't make any sense to me.
So I just saw literally when you joined, Labubu popped up, and I had no idea what the hell this was. And a friend of mine's like, "Oh, you got that Labubu?"
Are those the lamb things?
They're dolls.
But they look
They're like
the
the-
lambs, right?
They look diseased.
I don't know what they look like. Dolls. They
I
look.
mean, I
They
might
look
be
like.
thinking a different thing.
I want to say they're like the one. They're like a new wave of Beanie Babies, but bigger.
Yeah, this is
And
what I was
like
thinking of. Yeah. People are thinking that
they're.
they're like demonic, but I'm just like, I mean,
Oh yeah, I
it's
know.
not D and
They look
D, sir. Please calm
diseased.
down.
Hey, but at least
Oh
they
man.
found the Annabelle doll.
Oh.
Oh yeah.
Who
So
fucking lost that? How
did
do
you
you
guys know? So did you know the Annabelle doll is literally a most of you, I'm about to deepen my age, but the Annabelle doll was supposedly a possessed Raggedy Ann and Andy doll. And
What?
so yes, the actual Annabelle doll that the movie and whatever's written about it is about, they show
Wait.
there's a picture of Raggedy Ann. It's the
Yeah.
possessed doll.
I think you're right. Sorry, for whatever stupid ass reason in my head, I was confusing Annabelle with Megan, that android one.
No, that just came out. That came out what, last weekend or whatnot?
Well,
That
but
was the
that was
second
part
one.
two.
Yeah, part
Yeah.
2 just came out. So apparently it bombed. Apparently, so
Yeah, no, they transported the Annabelle doll, the original Annabelle doll, somewhere in Texas, and then like
shit.
within less than a week, they lost it, and people was
Ooh,
trying to get it the fuck out of Texas.
I would have too.
And
I was,
like while it was being transported, there was like a preacher or what was it? Like the highest, I don't know, the highest, but the Catholic dude with the fucking necklace
Pope?
thing.
Pope?
No, the like lower, where it has like the
Cardinal?
black with the little like,
Cardinal,
white strip.
Archbishop
Yeah,
or something.
kind of. They were like spraying holy water at it the whole time it was being transported.
For
I
real?
mean, I don't see why not. It don't if it don't hurt. You know?
See, what I think is funny is if you're that high up in the chain of command in the Catholic Church that you are taking hold of to make sure that this demonic doll doesn't, start possessing other people or doing some weird demonic shit. Isn't that kind of admitting that you believe in magic,
Pretty much.
I mean,
wizardry,
yeah.
witchcraft?
I'm looking up Labubu stuff, and yeah, I think this is basically like the new Supreme because like all this shit's crazy expensive.
Oh, wow.
Supreme
Like-
to me, Supreme is the biggest scam.
Like literally, like a very small like doll is like $300,
Mm-hmm.
Jesus.
and it's a max one per person. That's how you know it's like Supreme status.
Mm-hmm.
Which is, I mean, get your marketing on whoever invented that stuff. I mean, you killed it because the shit's out of stock. So, I'm not going to yuck your yum.
It looks like I got syphilis. I'm not doing
Oh,
that shit.
you know what's
It
hilarious?
looks gross.
I guess people have one. It says not suitable for persons under 15.
Wait, what the fuck? So
Yeah.
apparently the dolls are made in China as well.
Yeah, I mean,
Which would make
like
it
everything else. I mean,
true, but with the tariffs, it's going to make it even more like
yeah.
in demand.
Now it's $1 million.
Good lord, yeah.
For a
And
small
people will
loan of
pay
$1
that
million,
shit, too.
you too can own a Labubu.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So wait,
I don't-
but it's not something to be played with. It's like a collector's
No.
item, then,
It's,
right?
just,
Collector's item.
it's like a pop
Mhm.
vinyl kind of,
Okay.
or a
like
Beanie Baby.
Beanie Baby,
Yeah.
yeah. It's
Yeah.
like that shit.
They even have One Piece versions.
There you
Oh
go.
my god,
Or like the craze of Stanley cups.
burn it all.
Mm-hmm.
There's always going to be a new craze. That's always going to be a thing.
You know what's
There's
great?
always-
You know what's great about
So-
getting older is that all these crazes you can just ignore. You don't gotta buy shit because you're not gonna get any cooler. You're not getting less cool. It's like it's fine, like whatever.
Whatever. If there's an opposite to FOMO, that's what I feel towards Labubus.
There you go. Hey, Lily, just generationally, when are Frosted Tips and Junko jeans and the wallet chains coming back?
Jinko
'Cause-
jeans did come back.
Did they come back
Jinko
already?
jeans
Yeah.
can stay gone.
Jinko jeans are dope.
They can stay gone. I'm fine with the wallet chains. Frosted Tips, it's hair. I don't really fucking care. But I will say, I slept on cargo pants for way too long. Those things are amazing. I could pull like a Big Mac out of my pocket and no one would know.
Cargo pants are great.
You know what's
I'm
great about cargo?
currently wearing cargo pants.
There you
That's
go.
awesome. You know what's great about cargo pants is like there's a group of women in America that were trying to convince dudes that cargo pants were not it, and nobody gave a
No.
single fuck, and people just kept wearing them. Because it's
Wear
a
the cargo
utility.
pants.
They have a purpose. It's like wearing overalls. Like they're not going to go out of style. So
I have 7 pockets in these pants. I've bought 5 of them.
Mm-hmm.
They're the exact same pair of pants because I found a pair of pants that I actually enjoy wearing, and they're super lightweight because they're technically active wear.
Mhm.
I'm
Super lightweight. I have 7 pockets, half of which have zippers.
there. You go. Look, it's super tactical. You know what I mean? You never know when you're gonna have to do some Rainbow Six Siege shit. You know?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I got about $2 worth of change in one of these pockets.
You know what I think it was? Is that women realized that they had these tiny ass pockets and they were just fucking jealous.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I
don't
still
blame
to
them.
this day I don't get it. Like why the fuck do they make women's pants with like these tiny ass pockets? Like just demand they make bigger pockets. Stop buying them. Buy
There you
ones that
go.
have pockets.
It's the purse industry. It's
Yeah,
big purse.
makes you buy
It's
purses.
Big purse.
Yeah. Meanwhile, you could have purses on your legs in cargo style.
I do have a it's a pouch that hooks into my belt buckle, but it's for like Renfest and stuff. So I think it's technically called a saddlebag, but
Okay.
I'm gonna tell you what. I'm gonna tell you what never should have gone out of fucking style, and it can look fucking awesome. Tactical fucking fanny packs. Those
God
shit's
damn
awesome.
it.
Tactical fanny pack.
Shit's great. All them pockets,
no.
zippers.
You never know. You never know if you gotta pull out a gun or some chapstick.
There you go.
You know what I mean? It's the ultimate utility.
Like that's where I draw the line as fanny packs. I cannot stand fanny packs.
So okay. Bear with me though, Lily. Fanny packs, okay. I get it's not cool, whatever. It never was cool. But people fucking rocked them hard in the late 80s, early 90s.
Hold on. Go ahead. I got some ads.
But I was just gonna say the over-the-shoulder backpack that you put in the front ain't so fucking different from a goddamn fanny pack, is it?
It's not different, and that's why I don't like either of them.
Oh,
They both look dumb.
I want to let y'all in the rest of the world in on a big secret. Fanny packs with jiu-jitsu black belts and even like Muay Thai guys, just MMA guys, that's a big thing. So if you ever see a guy that looks maybe he looks like a little bigger than he should be, if his ears look a little fucked up and he's wearing a fanny pack, don't fuck with that person. Don't even mention his fanny pack. Just, keep calm and soldier on. Go somewhere else.
there you go.
Because that guy will fuck you up.
There's been exactly one instance where I have seen fanny packs that are like, okay, I see that to be useful. And that's when rock climbers stuff it chock full of chalk.
That makes sense. Yeah.
That's like the only time where I've been like, okay, that there's an actual good reason to have a fanny pack.
I have one of those, but that's it's a different thing though. But I have one of those. It's like a chalk sack. I have a chalk sack.
Well, how about this though? If you have, because let's say you're a runner or whatever, and I mean, there's no real pockets on true running shorts, or you're wearing leggings or some tights kind of or compression shorts or whatever.
Yeah.
Some of that shit truly doesn't have pockets, even for men's shit.
Do I have it here? I have one. It's somewhere around me. Give me a second. I'll grab it.
I'm just saying, it's literally a pocket around your waist. Now I'm more of a backpack guy. In general.
You know what's a pocket near your waist? A pocket.
Yeah.
Just use a pocket.
Yeah. Look, I get it.
That's just a decorative fupa at that point.
You know what's funny though? That's fucked up about getting older. The older I fucking get, the less people respect my backpack game. Like, you know what I mean? I'm like, I got this cool backpack. You want to see it? And people are like, how fucking old are you? I'm not gonna look at your fucking backpack, weirdo.
I guess this is technically a fanny pack. This is like when I do occasionally run for like the adventure races. I had to buy one of these. So yeah,
with the water and all the good stuff. I get it.
Like I carry a backpack every day to work.
Backpacks are fucking awesome.
Like, everybody's like, "Hey, I feel sick," and I'm like, "Hey, here's a quart jar of honey." I'm pretty sure I have barbecue sauce, a quart jar of barbecue sauce in my backpack right now.
I don't think I've ever gotten sick and thought, "Hey, I need some honey right now."
Every time I get sick, every single time I get sick, I will eat that shit by the spoonful.
God damn. Okay.
I also just love honey. But like one of my coworkers, hey, I'm sick. Here's a jar of honey and like 8 tea bags.
So speaking of the bag shit, you know what I need to get for my goddamn self? All the time on the goddamn TikTok, they keep fucking advertising these bug out bags, these ginormous backpacks that are, can hold 8 weeks of shit.
Yeah.
That's what I need in my life. I don't know why I need it, but that's what I need in my life.
Then you need to keep completing the cycle. You have to get an underground bunker in your. You got a pretty big backyard. I'm just saying.
There you go.
Just, bunker in the backyard. You're good to go.
I'm just gonna lightly point out the TikTok, kind of like the Facebooks. Anyway, but I don't really get advertised much on TikTok, and if I do, it's the only thing I ever really get ads for is fucking niacinamide toothpaste.
Ah.
And like
you don't even get the gum?
Not really. I think I've gotten it like twice.
Is it because your dad frequently says, "Please go to the dentist," while it's cheap?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or like the I'm just gonna breeze past that one. So
yeah. It's your money, kid. I'm just saying.
I'm sure as fuck not gonna buy niacinamide toothpaste. They're like, oh my god, look how fast it whitens, and I'm like, wow, it's almost like my teeth are in a cup of water. Like, or wow, my teeth aren't a fucking paper towel. Like, yeah, you're advertising something that I don't really think needs to be advertised.
Mm-hmm.
People are buying it though.
Can you stop tickling my back with your fucking tail?
That'll be interesting for the audio. She was talking about her cat, by the way. So, yeah.
Sorry, I forget that this is also just an audio thing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's all fucking good. Where else do y'all want to go? Shit, there was a bunch that went on, I think.
There was a bunch of stuff. Honestly, we talked about the bill getting killed, so I'm glad, because that was going to be like a major contention on the podcast for me. Was talking about that because shit's crazy. That whole bill was crazy. You know what I expect now? I expect our president to go crazy on Truth Social tonight and to just stay up and like talk all kinds of shit. And then in the morning, he's going to go play golf or something, or go to like some new prison that they built in like 6 days. Meanwhile, with FEMA funds, by the way, meanwhile, other people that are in other states that need FEMA funds to rebuild their houses can't get rebuilt for months, but they can build a prison for quote unquote illegals, in a week.
Are you talking about Alligator Alcatraz in Florida?
Yes.
Okay, so
bullshit.
Explain this to me like I'm in kindergarten. What is Alligator Alcatraz?
It's a concentration camp, essentially.
That part.
There it is.
It is. That's exactly what it is. You can rename it whatever the fuck you want. If you want it, knowing Trump, he's not going to call it a concentration camp. He's going to call it a think hard tank or some shit. But like
they call it a detention center. That's what they call it.
But like, so back to the big beautiful bill thing. I haven't heard a single person talk about the first thing in that bill. The first pages of that isn't the fucking 3 pages of table of contents that isn't that bill. What is the thrift? I know what it is because I've read it. The thrifty food plan.
Oh, isn't that getting rid of SNAP? I mean, or at least reducing SNAP, right? So they have work requirements and all that shit.
Hey man, what? The more I read the bill, the more I'm going, hey, this is sounding a lot like communism. Especially coming from the Republicans that are always, communist.
Well,
they're a communist.
I think you're thinking of, hold on.
Ruin this country.
Just so we're clear on terms, you're probably talking about socialism, not communism. There's like a difference that everybody kind of misunderstands. When you talk about communism, like you're talking more about like making all of like public land like privatized. So yeah, you're probably talking about socialism.
Kind of what we're going towards?
No.
So you're telling me a bunch of corporations are buying out a shit ton of land to privatize that land?
They're
and
doing it a bit, but when you're talking, it's probably talking
people?
about socialism though, like making things more. Maybe that's what you're talking about, but when most people talk about communism, they get it kind of confused.
Maybe it could honestly be the case. In general, for years, I have hated politics. Not necessarily in a, oh my God, I'm gonna, make rants about it. Most of the time, I just didn't. I'm like, I don't want to listen to this shit. I got enough going on in my own personal life. Yada yada.
Yep.
It's like I'm sad enough as is. Okay, I do not need more on my plate right now. I didn't want to get a part of politics. Now I'm sitting here at 22 reading a 940 plus page fucking document because I'm like, hey, am I allowed to like exist in this fucking country anymore? Because like, I'm sorry, I literally have less rights than a corpse in certain states.
Yes.
Yeah.
The thing that's, first of all, I commend you for trying to read all of those pages. We already said that the Congress people should be doing that, and every American should try to educate themselves on that stuff. But I'll say this: you're not alone, Lily. There's millions, tens of millions of Americans who, felt like they have enough on their own fucking plate with their family, with their job, with their friends, with their health, or whatever, and didn't really want to give a shit about politics in general. The problem is, politics doesn't give a fuck whether you pay attention or not. It's still going to affect you one way or another. And so it's good to, even if you have to fake it till you make it, do more reading and do more attempts to understand politics, because it affects how you live and navigate this world.
Like, definitionally, democracy is supposed to be the voice of the people deciding the course of the country. I have not seen where the people of the United States are in any regards anywhere near close to happy of what's going on. So how the fuck is this a democracy anymore? If no one's fucking happy.
Well, okay.
Except for the exception of sociopathic MAGA people that are sitting there running around thumping their goddamn Bibles at people and being like, this is exactly, let me just make up new shit so that it makes the guy that I voted for look better. This was his plan all along. This motherfucker doesn't have any plans. As he said himself, he has concepts of a plan. This shit isn't a fucking plan. He doesn't know what the hell he's doing. He couldn't even succeed in real estate.
Yeah, he went bankrupt a few times. But I have to clarify something. This is not a democracy. We're a republic, and I think that most people don't realize that. Like, that's why there is the electoral college. Even though we vote on the president, doesn't matter if that the popular vote wins. Doesn't matter. But also, I've said it a few times, but both Kamala Harris and Trump, they all got less than a third of the vote.
Yep.
So I'll leave that out there for people.
The
Like,
math ain't mathing.
No, I'm going to say this. It's even less popular, but I don't think it's either one. I think that at this point we've moved on into oligarchy territory, because it's really controlled by the very powerful uber rich in terms of their wants and desires. They have a outsized sense of power through lobbying, corruption, whatever the hell you want to call it. But their voice, opinion, and sensibilities controls things, not anybody else. If you see evidence that that's not true, point me in that direction. But that's where I see this country as being at this point in time.
I there was if you ever watch Jubilee, who does like the 1 versus 20 thing, which is it's almost like a exercise in futility, because it's like, it's kind of bad, because especially now, because back when they had like Skip Bayless on, they had him like one like sports guy against like other sports guys, and he would break down shit. It was entertaining. But now they're doing like like one conservative versus 20 liberals, or more recently, Candace Owens was on there, and they had Candace Owens versus 20 feminists, and she got fucking demolished, man. Like I watched like one person just like break it down. She's another black woman, and like I didn't know this. I had to look it up just to make sure that this chick was like spitting actual facts.
Mm-hmm.
That 54%, over 50% of Americans read at a 6th grade reading level.
Correct.
That's over 50% of our population, which is sad because I mean I don't read at that reading level. Obviously, shit. My youngest is approaching that reading level very quickly. So the fact that 54% of Americans only read at a 6th grade reading level really explains why we are where we are in America, and like why they voted on this guy who is not very well spoken. His literal lexicon is at like a 5th grade level. Like the words that he uses it's a very small group of words. He has some words that are kind of big, but he uses them a lot. And anybody that has a large vocabulary, you don't have to use the words over and over again. That's why when you see him talk about certain things, like he keeps using like beautiful or there's a couple other words. Yeah, bigly. Even though I'm pretty sure in that one, I'm pretty sure he meant big league, but whatever. There's like a lot of words that he'll reuse that are like, words with more syllables, but he just does it to kind of like show off. And it's kind of weird because you're not showing off, because it's like these are words that people should know, and supposedly you graduated college, you know what I mean? So
really easy to graduate college when daddy's paying for everything.
There you go.
Yeah.
Damn.
But can I just also say this? Far too many adults just fucking hate reading. Like they hate the concept of it.
Yeah,
Even when you talk about 6th grade level or not, that's something that you can work on. You can go from 6th grade level to 12th grade level in just by reading more, and this is a new vocabulary word. Let me look it up. But most people in this country, and most I don't know about around the world, but in this country at least, they fucking hate it. They don't like reading anything. And if you ask them, hey, when was the last book you read of any sort, or last great article, they'll look at you like a deer in the fucking headlights and be like, are you kidding me? I don't read anything. And they'll be proud about that shit.
Though they read their favorite tabloid or online paper or whatnot, and they don't even read the full article. They read the headline. That's probably about it.
If that.
So, yeah, I mean, the whole reading thing, that's been a while, though. So I will tell you this. Being at a restaurant, like sitting down and ordering, I would like watch people around me, and I would notice that people have a tendency to not order things that do not have a picture next to them. If they have to read, and it could be a perfect description of the dish they're about to order, they will still ask, what does this look like? Or I need to see it or something. And like, oh, did you read it? Oh, no, I didn't read that. Well, it's right there. Like, this describes you in full detail.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
I've had to explain to
I'm
my
going to
friends
confess,
what
though,
that means.
Ninja, I do have trouble visualizing sometimes a dish, like when they describe it. Like if you're used to a menu, of course. But if I'm seeing something for the first time, I may ask, even after reading it, like, what the hell does that look like? Is it like in a bowl? Is it a
hold on.
I think this is why you don't read fiction books, I think. Right?
That's true. But you already
got no imagination.
It's not just that. So here's the thing. The one thing that you said where you had like a 50 to 75% leg up is that you read the description of what you're going to order. I'm talking people that read the name and do not read the description and then ask, what is this? They just read the name because the name sounds flashy and whatnot. But they're what is this? Is it chicken or fish? And it literally says fish or chicken or steak right next to it. They don't read that. At least you read the description. I understand you may need like a visual acuity or whatever, but there are people who will not read a single description on what they just look at the name of the item.
But let's also be very honest too, though. Even reading it fully, it doesn't always come out. I mean, maybe I'm just different, but in terms of whatever you're picturing in your head, what comes out from the kitchen, if you're ordering it for the first time, isn't what you always thought it would look like.
You know, this whole conversation, Prodigy. I have a question for you, and I'm going to ask you like a legit question. Do you have an inner monologue?
Of course.
Okay, because some people don't.
Wait. Yeah, I was going to say we asked this before. Blue asked this before.
Yeah,
because he said the sweetness doesn't.
She doesn't.
He asked
Yeah.
her, that, yeah, he said
a lot of folks
doesn't.
don't.
Like,
yeah.
Yeah. Now I'm just saying, if you have words on a page and they don't tell, and they often don't. Let's just say this: whether it's going to be in a bowl or it's going to be a plate or whatever, or if it's going to be drowning in the sauce, it doesn't say that level of detail.
No,
usually.
Not always.
I mean, you watched Delicious in Dungeon, right? I mean, you could just imagine, bro. Just imagine it in Delicious in Dungeon, like how they're explaining it.
I try. Sometimes it's exactly how I think or whatever. I mean, obviously, if it's going to be a hoagie or a pizza, you know,
but most people have a working knowledge of what a hoagie or a pizza is going to look like.
Well, and this is honestly this whole issue that we're talking about. This is why I think more people need to read books. Is because when you read a book, no matter who you are, it's kind of personalized to you, especially like when it comes to fiction books, because in your mind, you're creating like all these experiences. When they explain a scene, that scene, even the person that they're describing, is personal to you reading it. Like you create the world in your mind. Even though they're explaining it, you're creating the world in your mind. There's very few books that are made into like movies and stuff where it's exactly the way that I thought. Like one of the few exceptions, honestly, is like Harry Potter. That was pretty fucking spot on as far as like my mind went.
Meant for children. It was also meant for children.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a little bit easier to adapt.
Yeah. But there's like a lot of times like other books, you know, that are especially more mature ones, it's all just made up in your brain. And I love the fact that stays with you because it's all just in your mind. And I love that shit. That's why I read 20 books.
This reminds me of the incident with Hunger Games, the character Rue, when people read and people seemed to gloss over the fact that the author stated that Rue was black, and people seemed to super gloss over that, so they pictured Rue to be a certain way in their mind, and when they saw her on screen, they had a conniption.
Well, and even in Harry Potter, like Hermione, I don't think she actually said that Hermione was white, so she had messy hair. So yeah.
Let's back up a little bit though, Old Ninja, because I didn't read it. I just want to be sure, because this was so heavily debated. Did they come out and say, "Hey, this character is black," or did they describe them in a black manner?
You mean for
Those are two different things sometimes.
For Rue?
Yeah.
Oh, so the best thing about this, the author themselves took a caption of the description of Rue and posted it to then Twitter.
So so they did the second thing.
They did, yeah. So to reinforce that this character was a little black girl, and all these other people, I guess because they connected with her, imagined her to be something against what the author stated her to be, which I thought was super wild because there was a lot of online hate. People may try to like forget about it, but
again, the only thing that I'll say, and I did not read this book or whatever, but if you're describing someone and you're saying, you know, obviously their skin color, their hair, nose, and lips and whatnot, you should get that image. You absolutely should. You're 100% right. But they're, maybe you have to outright spell it out and say it for certain people too.
So it is like,
or maybe it is said. I don't know.
You also got to remember that the kind of people that are going to complain about it are also the kind of people that aren't actually going to pay attention to every single fucking word in that book. They're just be like, oh, this is what I have what I've already preconceived in my mind. And because it's exactly what I imagined, even though it might not be the exact same way that the book is, I'm going to complain about it. And they're going to complain because it's not exactly what they thought.
But wait, let's back up though, real quick. So you're saying every time you've gone to a restaurant and read something on the menu, it's never come out and not been what you expected it would look like. Is that what you're saying?
No. So I can actually describe. I can describe how Rue was in the book. It says that literally, this is like quoting from the book. Almost hauntingly, a 12-year-old girl from District 11. She has dark brown skin and eyes, but other than that, she's very like prim in size and demeanor. So it's like.
Hold on. Wait.
I think a lot of people believe that she had a dark tan.
hold up, wait. If that's what it says, and you were doing a direct quote, Kronos,
Yes.
that could easily be describing a South Asian person. That could be describing a Polynesian person.
Well,
Hispanic person
I
as
mean,
well?
saying dark brown skin, yeah, I mean, you could, but, you know, okay, so me even saying that, yes, you could be describing other ethnic groups, but if in the movie adaptation, the person has dark brown skin, why would you be mad?
Well, yeah, of course, because you're racist. Of course.
Yeah,
I
Yeah,
completely
so,
get that.
yeah.
And that's exactly what came out when the movie came out. And what I started to notice back during this was probably during 2002, because the books for Star Wars were all about the Clone Wars at that time. And the one thing that I started to notice between those books and other books that were coming out at that time, authors were using the telltale olive skin, person to describe black people. They would always say olive skin person.
So I don't get that at all. Let me just say this real quickly. I've heard people from the Middle East and the Mediterranean
That's what
area
I think of.
described
Olive,
as
Olive
olive
skin?
skinned, who are sometimes very fair skinned.
Mm-hmm.
Olive skin seems to mean different things to different people.
100%.
Can I
all
hold
the
on?
time.
Can we just be clear here? When I think of olives, I think of two things: literally fucking black or green. And everybody that I've seen that said that they're olive skinned are neither.
Yeah.
So
that's a
I've
great
been
point,
lied
Kronos.
to.
I always thought that, okay, are you talking about maybe olive oil in terms of like it's a little bit light brown? Is that what you mean?
yeah, even then, it's like it's kind of I never when somebody says olive skinned, I never assume that they're black or African descent. Like I always almost pretty much assume that they're European and they think that they're browner than they actually are.
Yes.
So
That's
I always think
exactly the
Italian.
right way to describe it.
wait, what'd you say, Lily?
I always think Italian.
Italian?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Or maybe Sicilian.
I think
Yeah.
Italian, Spanish, Portuguese.
Yeah, but they're all just European white folks.
Olive undertones.
Yeah.
What I think is what they're trying to describe is the undertone. Because in the winter I have an olive undertone, but in the summer it switches to a more red. But I think they're trying to describe an undertone, but not describing the overtone,
Okay,
which
hold on.
is kind of the problem.
So do me a favor, everybody. Hop on your phones or your computer, whatever you have, and just Google olive skin and then just look up images.
Yeah.
And then just tell me what you see.
Yeah.
Wait, what? Did you already do this?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I probably did. You use what browser did you use?
Just Chrome. I just Googled it.
Okay.
Just look up olive skin tone. It's just
So
it's
I see an Asian woman. It gave me an Asian woman with olive skin.
it's mostly white looking folks. That's what I'm seeing here. Or at least
South
white
Asian
passing people.
background.
So
See, the first photo that I got was like a mixed chick.
the first one, is a mixed chick, but then all the rest, I mean.
But you know what's funny too? Like there are different hues for, of course, white people. And I don't have any problem with them making that distinction in terms of someone who's more ginger and pasty versus someone who's not quite as.
Yeah, but if they were ginger and pasty, they would come out straight out and be like, "Oh yeah, they would have transparent skin. I can see their veins."
So,
but if they had any kind
pictures,
of melanin, and they're like, "Oh, they're olive toned."
So some of these pictures show Gal Gadot. Who is this? Kylie Jenner.
These are just white women.
Kylie Jenner should not be in any kind of argument.
Sofia Vergara
changed it
has
13
olive
times.
skin. And then there's some darker people here. I don't know who this model is.
But again, though, none of these things look like fucking olives. So I don't know.
The term doesn't make any sense.
Doesn't make any sense to me.
That's funny.
Yeah, I'm
so the thing about me, the reason why I knew they're using that to describe, because it was describing Mace Windu, who you already seen before this book's come out. And I'm just like, oh, this is what they're doing now. Describe, darker skinned people, olive skinned. I'm like, I guess.
We are not, black people are not olive skinned.
You can't do both. You got to pick something and then just fucking stick to it. God damn it! Like, what the fuck? It's weird.
It's
all right, but But just to reiterate, I'm alone on the island. You guys have never gone to a restaurant and had order something, and it comes out, it looks different from what you thought it would look like.
That's happened. It's happened to me a few times.
I mean, I try to keep an open mind on like what I'm just thankful that somebody else is cooking the food.
All right.
And, and if you don't fuck it up, like that's all the better.
Also, if I need a description of portion size, that's when I will ask. If I get a pretty good knowledge based on the description with no picture of what I think is going to come out, I'll ask. How does this come out? Does it come in a bowl? Is it like on a flat thing? They'll tell me. They're like, oh, this comes as like something completely different than what I thought it was going to be. I'm like, oh, okay, that's not what I thought, but I'll take it anyway.
There you go.
So
you got to ask them like weird measurements though. But like, how would you compare this size to like the size of like in shape of like a human brain? Is it bigger than a human brain or smaller than a human brain? Because
bad.
So you got to walk in like right after you bit your lip, so there's a little dribble of blood coming out too. And you're like, prehension.
God damn.
Like most of the time when I go to a restaurant, I for the most part kind of know what it is. Like it pretty much as long as something isn't pickled, chocolate, or capers. I don't know if capers are pickled.
Yeah. This is obviously you're my kid because you know me. I fucking can't stand capers. I don't understand it.
Yeah, like
I'm
caviar.
like, if we're talking about capers and you're not talking about solving crimes, I don't fucking want none of it. I'm just saying.
Like caviar is gross to me.
Caviar is gross.
It tastes like salty boba. Why would I want that?
It's literally fish eggs.
Yeah.
So
I'm fine with fish eggs. I like roe. I don't like. I enjoy.
Did your cat
roe.
just die? What just happened here? Oh, just did like a very dramatic like like
he blends in, so you can't see the rest of him.
God
like
damn.
only his ears and a small strip on his belly is white, and then everything else is pretty pitch black. Even his toe beans.
You fucking cat people, man. Toe beans? You mean his paws? Like, what the fuck?
They look like beans.
They look like paws.
Oh my god.
The bottoms of paws.
That's hilarious.
I love it.
Hilarious.
And the paws refers to the whole tip of the foot, while the beans is just the padding.
Okay. Can I ask you a serious question though? Is it still light out where you are, or do you have like some weird lighting situation going on?
I have lights on.
Oh, like look right behind you. Like it looks like there's like light coming in like through a window.
Oh no.
Oh,
it's an LED.
okay. Gotcha. Okay, that was messing me up. I was like, what the fuck, dude? It's almost 10. Like
almost 10. It's almost 11.
Yeah, almost midnight where you are.
1.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No, it is not light out. I just have the LED light strips. There was a bookcase here, so it was hidden behind the bookcase where it would go all the way down to the outlet. And then I rearranged, and I just don't kind of.
That's why I was confused. I was like, yo, you're not in Alaska, so yeah.
I found out the hard way. You don't even have to go up that far north. I went to fucking Edmonton, Canada. That shit was a trip to me. At 10:30, 11 o'clock at night, that shit, the sun was still up and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Our sun doesn't go down until 9:30-ish.
Dude. I was not the only one. Brandon in the chat, he said he thought it was daytime too for you.
Light strip next to my head.
Oh, did y'all? I kind of had some audio issues, so I was like, not really in. I didn't hear if you guys were talking about Alligator Alcatraz. Y'all talking about this?
For a second, yeah. We kind of like glossed over a little bit, but yeah, that was like, I don't know,
just fucking strange shit. Okay,
I'm just glad that the brakes got hit on this big bullshit
big shitty bill.
The big bullshit bill. Yeah, because it's like, they were gonna fleece America, and like part of it, honestly, with the Alcatraz thing, like they stole money from FEMA people for that.
Yep.
Like that shit ain't got nothing to do with FEMA.
That's so funny. Sad. And that shit's already built. He was touring that shit.
Aren't they still trying to rebuild from last year's hurricanes in North Carolina?
Ongoing, and you know there's hurricane season is like right now, and they're trying to defund NOAA. So it's like what, like how are you gonna predict when the storms are coming? Like what are you gonna do? Like you're just gonna wait for the shit to come in, and just fuck up your whole house?
See, what you do is you get a bag of bones.
A bag of
bones. You throw them at the ground, and you hope it.
All you got to do is nuke the fucking hurricanes. Everybody knows
That's
that.
all you
Oh
gotta
yeah,
do.
you nicked the
Super
center of the
easy.
hurricane.
Yeah, that way
Right.
you
Oh,
have
what was it? 2021 when we and I say we, my generation, made a petition to point a bunch of fans towards a hurricane in hopes that it would blow it the other.
Yeah.
I love that. I love it.
That's insane.
I mean, to be fair though, in 2021, you were like a teenager still, so you know
Mhm.
this guy's
No.
like he's an old person.
No, I was a legal adult.
Were you 2021? Oh, we're in 2025. Sorry. Yeah, you were.
I turned
Wow.
18 in 2020.
You're still a teenager though,
I was a
Mm.
legal adult.
but you're still a teenager. Do you not understand
So-
what I'm saying?
What's the distinction between legal adult?
What's the distinction on a teenager?
18 versus 19, right?
If I can buy a house, I am no longer a teenager.
You're still a teenager. You're 8. What's the last part? Teen. That makes you a teenager. I'm not saying that you're not an adult. You're still a teenager. like
Mike Tyson was a heavyweight champion of the world as
yeah,
a teenager.
I'm not. Hold on. Let me be clear, Lily. I'm not saying that I'm like making you lesser about being a teenager, but you're still technically a teenager when you're 18 and 19. I'm not saying you're a kid. You're still a teenager.
I can die for my fucking country.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I
Figure-
signed up when I was a teenager as a Marine, and I was still a teenager. So
I can't have a cigarette. I can't smoke weed. I can't smoke weed anyway. I can't drink.
yeah, but you're still it's teenagers.
For my
Like
Oh wait,
fucking country.
hold on. Did they change that? You can't buy smokes when you're 18 anymore?
That
Yeah.
ended in 2019, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, they changed
Oh,
that,
wow.
dude.
I had no idea. I didn't know they changed that.
It felt, and I could be commingling this shit, and there's no relation at all, but it felt like it was, hey, too many fucking kids are vaping so hard. We're just going to raise the age of all things nicotine to 21. But maybe that was unrelated. I don't know.
I have no idea.
yeah,
One of the funniest things to me is that, vaping is, they're pandering too much to the younger generations and they're pandering to children.
Well, no, I got to push back a little bit. They fucking were with the bubblegum flavor and pineapple shit.
hold on,
Spike
Lily.
Sunny
Finish your
D.
thought, 'cause I think I know what you're gonna say. Go ahead.
Spiked Sunny D.
Yeah. And
Why
then,
the fuck are you mad at the alcohol industry for selling me vodka seltzer Sunny D's?
exactly.
Or
Oh,
for
yeah.
selling it, or selling these, like, all of these nostalgic ass drink brands. Like, I'm pretty sure they have a spiked Kool-Aid at this point.
but
They've been had.
it's 21 though,
they
so
had-
but still, it's
Yeah,
stupid.
Yeah.
They do
What's-
both, though. I
You're
think
like,
both happen.
Yeah.
I don't ever see any ads about, hey, stop drinking.
Yeah, that's. Yeah.
But, like, if I'm going to get cancer, I'm going to have it taste good while I do it, okay?
Wow. That's,
I know
So-
it's going to happen. At least I'm not going to walk around with having that rot of a smell, having black and mild stank follow me everywhere.
But I think, I mean, honestly, I mean, you know my thoughts. I don't mention to you very often. I wouldn't vape at this point in time in my life. But I think there is a
No,
thing where
terrible
like
idea.
getting like the death smell from tobacco products reminds you that this is not great for you.
Yeah.
But also at the same time, like things that I drink, I'm not drinking rubbing alcohol. So,
Like, I'm not a huge fan of the fact that I vape, but at this point, it's a fucking addiction. I do need to stop, but
I get it. I will say this though, the smell of goddamn Black and Milds, and I was never someone who smoked them all the time, but goddamn, that smell takes my fucking ass
hey,
back.
you smell
to
that shit, you fucking
1997.
put the Timbs on. I'm just
Yes.
saying, you put the Timbs on.
It's fucking Black and Milds, and every time I smell it, like years later, I'm just like, holy shit, man, that takes me fucking back, man. I remember,
God.
there was 3 or 4 guys I hung out with that always were smoking Black and Milds. Like it takes me back to that fucking time in my life. You know what I mean?
one of my
That shit-
coworkers, him and his wife, I say both of them, chain smoked Black and Milds.
Yes.
Oh my God. Like, they were also full on MAGA. And I was like, that doesn't surprise me. I could smell.
Okay. So I'm just gonna say this, and I know it ain't right. I've never known a non-black person that's been into black and milds. I just haven't. I'm sorry. I know that they exist. I know that.
I'm
When I
glad.
think of black and milds, I only think of black
Really?
folks smoking.
Yeah,
I don't know why.
With like super hard left or hard right Republicans.
Oh, okay. So just they're literally culture appropriating, that shit.
That's
Because
wild.
yeah, honestly, it's kind of funny to me that does occur. Because there's a lot of people that they do things that they get from a different culture, and I think that's one of them is the black and mild things. Even though obviously you can sell them to everybody, but they probably all listen to like rap. I'm pretty sure.
Mm-hmm.
Lily,
No, they're like all like country. I want to live in the sticks.
ew. So it like went whole different. Okay, that's ew. That's even worse.
Yeah.
That's incredibly interesting to me.
Yeah.
I just
This couple would have shipments of meat get shipped to our job because it was closer than their house and it was cheaper for them. So they would get shipments of meat.
when
Okay,
you
for sure.
say shipments of meat, are you talking like the whole hog or the whole cow? What are we talking here?
I didn't open that up. I didn't
Okay.
open up the box.
Okay.
Was that it had like a meat? It had a brand. I don't know what the name of the brand was, but it was like the name of the brand.
Like
and there
Omaha
was-
steaks.
No,
No.
they weren't. They didn't. They weren't that kind of bougie.
Oh, I mean they were smoking black and wilds. We know this. Like, come on
It
now.
was like, and then it just said butcher underneath. And I like at one point I was like, hey, why do you guys keep getting shipments to the building? They're like, oh, that's our meat. And I'm like, why are you guys getting meat shipped to our?
Yeah. You got a
I'm not
house
gonna-
or a home? Yeah.
Was
I
it like
would've-
possibly a meat that could be sliced for cold cuts, in your opinion?
They were like, oh yeah, it's just like raw meat.
Raw meat. God damn.
And I'm like, you do you.
Cold cuts. Get some cold cuts.
Okay, I got to put out a
There's
fucking
no-
Twitter survey or whatever. I need to find these white people that are smoking black and milds. I just need to see them. Do they really exist out there? This is just wild to me.
I feel like if anything, they're New Yorkers.
It's definitely not New Yorkers.
It's-
She lives in Michigan, so
Yeah.
Yeah, but I feel like people that smoke like in abundance or that would admit it would definitely live in NYC or LA maybe. But
I used to smoke back in the day, but after I got out of the Marine Corps, I was just like, nah, like I'm good. I had to be around for you, Lily. So yeah,
Put vodka in your hookahs.
I did used to. Yeah, that shit was great.
that's
Great.
wild shit.
Yeah, get some cheap vodka. Put that as like the water in your hookah. Get a little lit while you're getting lit. It's nice.
God damn, you doubled up, man. That's genius. I like that.
Bro, I used to fucking do shit hard when I was in the Marine, especially when I was in the Marine Corps.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, I lived a hard life. Yeah,
I remember the day that you accidentally knocked over that hookah and broke it.
yeah, that sucked. I haven't bought a new one,
Fucking
which is probably
hookahs.
good. But I went to a hookah bar like a couple of months ago. It was nice.
There's
Oh.
several hookah lounges around where I live. One of these days I might go, but it just also doesn't seem like my kind of scene.
You know what? I went to one with a person that I was with at the time, and it was like the black spot in San Diego, and I was like, "Oh shit, these are my
What the
people."
fuck? So check this shit out.
I gotta
I don't
ask. I have never been to a fucking hookah bar. Other than the
really?
smoking of the hookah, do you drink too, or
Yeah,
what's
yeah.
it like?
They got drinks, they got
so-
food, they got
There used to be one in downtown San Jose. It was a super fucking like what is it? I forgot. It was like a trendy like hippie spot where they were trying to like play mood music and they had like pillows and shit everywhere. They put the hookah in the middle. You're supposed to just vibe out. Obviously, if you had at the time, if you had marijuana, they would kick you out. They'd have to kick you out. But downtown San Jose had like a couple. And then I found out recently, I don't know if you guys know the sandwich spots. I know there's one in San Diego.
Yeah.
But the sandwich spot in Redwood City has a hookah lounge attached to it. And a full bar. I was like, what the fuck is this?
So, two things, Prodigy.
Mhm.
There are a bunch of hookah lounges in downtown San Diego in the Gas Lamp. We should go
Yeah.
sometime. I'm totally
Okay.
down to go. Also, Sessions opened that's in National City, which overlooks the Gaylord Pacific, that new hotel. So it's like
Yeah.
it's not far from us, and it's like the first cannabis lounge like in California.
Let's fucking do
And
it.
so
man.
you can get cannabis downstairs, like as a whole like dispensary, and then upstairs it's a restaurant, and they have like they don't have alcohol, but they have like cannabis tinctures. So I'm like, grab an Uber kind of night, like let's go.
Not only am I going to grab an Uber afterwards, I'm going to bring my Black and Milds with
There
me.
we go. With the fucking Timbs on, bruh. With the Timbs on.
So when you say Timbs, are you referring to the shoe brand Timberlands?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like how you said the whole word, ma'am.
Yeah. So can I be even more specific, Lily? Because people get this fucking shit confused from multiple generations. The construction worker yellow.
Yes.
Timbs,
Yes.
to be more
Those are the
specific.
ones. No,
I have multiple pairs of the black ones that I
no,
wear for
it's
work.
not the black ones. No, these are the ones that I can't explain what you do in them because you're my daughter. But yeah, there's a reason why people buy Timbs.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
For work.
For work.
To do their
yes, yes, for work.
Construction, yeah.
Yeah. There's also
Constructed
a
babies.
famous there's a famous actor. He wears them with his knee pads for his work. Just saying.
Look at Patrick. He's like, Timbs, as an NYC Negro, you speak my language. Yes, we know. Yes, we know.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So here's what got me though. It's when it's not in the wintertime.
You need
Timbs,
that fucking
folks,
traction,
with the Black
bro,
and
I'm just
Milds.
saying.
It's the summertime Timbs going to the beach
Yeah.
with the wife beater on.
You want sand in your shoes?
You don't give a fuck.
I mean, if you want to see who, I mean, obviously, you watch almost any hip hop artist in the 90s and the 2000s, actually, probably 2000s to 2010s, like DMX, Cisco.
No.
Almost every video they had Timbs on.
Okay, hold on. Let me just say this real quick. I was in school in Atlanta, Georgia, late 90s, early fucking 2000s. There were so many New York Negroes up in that school, up in Georgia, and then wannabe New York Negroes. Timbs were a fucking state of mind. They were a lifestyle choice. They told people who you were and what you were all about. Timbs and some fucking Black and Milds and a wife beater on in the summer with your do-rag.
Yeah, I was gonna say with the do-rag.
New York Yankees cap.
Yep.
You were fucking him.
Yeah. You were that dude.
You were fucking him. And here's the other thing too. You never took that do-rag off ever. Unless it was a fucking wave check. If you didn't know what to do during a wave check, you just weren't him. But if you had your Timbs and your Black and Mild, couldn't nobody tell you fucking shit. Or if you had one of them Avrex jackets, goddamn iceberg fucking clothing and shit.
Oh man.
Yeah. Guess what? And every time what did they look like? They looked like DMX.
Yeah. Basically.
Yeah, they look like freaking DMX. So
telling you.
Hey man, the truck of shoes that comes to my job every year, the Timbs are the only ones that actually fit me.
Mm-hmm.
That's I'm actually alive.
So Lily, there was a time. This sounds wild and stupid to you, but there was a time when it was just really the dudes with the Timbs, and then they came out with lady Timbs, and then they had lady Timbs with fucking heels on them, and boots with the fur, Timbs with the fur.
Yeah.
Like this?
Yes, exactly. Except they were yellow, construction yellow.
I don't fuck with not black shoes.
Understood.
I mean, yeah, I mean you're like the God damn it, I forget the guy's name now. The old guy who did the Hurt song. Who remade it?
Johnny Cash.
Johnny Cash.
Oh.
Lily is like Johnny Cash.
Mm-hmm.
She wears black. You wear black almost all the fucking time.
You know what? I don't have to replace black clothing because it doesn't get stained.
You're proving my point. You wear black all the fucking time. You're like Johnny Cash.
I'm sorry.
It's fucking great. Hey, I'm not complaining. That shit's fucking great.
Lily, have you ever shot a man in Reno just to watch him die?
God dang. Damn. God damn.
Oh my god.
Damn.
One wholesome prison.
What is this? Oh shit. So in the chat, Patrick saying Google Timberland beef and broccoli, and it's a type of shoe. Looks like it. Watermelon or men's waterproof field boot. This
Yes.
isn't a boot. This is like a. These look like loafers almost, but like more rugged. It's like a mix between a Steve Madden and a Timberland.
Well, remember, Ghostface Killer got everybody wearing wallabies for a few years there
Oh my
too.
god! Can I just give a shout out to Wu-Tang Clan? I saw them, like last week. I think it was. They were fantastic. Did I talk about it in the podcast?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Yeah, so I saw Wu-Tang Clan and Run the Jewels in concert last week for free. Thank you, VetTix, by the way. If you're a veteran, go on VetTix, that's VETTIX.com, register. You can get free tickets to like a lot of shows. It was fucking amazing. Method Man was there, which is great because he's not always at the Wu-Tang shows.
Yep.
Nope,
And Run the Jewels open, and it was just fantastic. So yeah, obviously Ghostface Killer, he was there. And anything New York, you got to talk about Wu-Tang Clan. So
yes,
it was just great to see them in their aging glory. I forget which one of them was up there, but this motherfucker had basically a painted face that was like his beard. I'm like, bro, I can tell that's not your fucking. That's like shoe polish paint, bro, on your face. Like, what are you doing here? Like, just let it go. You know what I mean?
Look, we just got to talk to guys of a certain age. Just for me, ain't it? Like, or just for men.
We can all tell. Like, everybody can tell. If I can tell I'm a dude, like, just like, you know what the weird thing is that like a lot of women love like the salt and pepper look.
Yep.
And it's like, stop trying to seem like you're looking younger because you're not. Especially, this is the most egregious thing for me. These dudes have this just for men bullshit, fake ass hair, and they have like no skincare routine. Yeah. And so they look like the goddamn crypt keeper with fake ass, black hair on their face. I'm like, keep up on your skincare routine. That's like the most important part. Yeah, we're all gonna age, but if you take care of your actual fucking skin, the color of your hair isn't gonna matter that much. So just pro tip from a guy that's single. I'm just saying, take it for what it's worth.
Hey man, I tried to do like skincare and shit, and then I found out I was allergic to the skincare, and for like the past 4 days, I've been dealing with an allergic reaction on my forehead.
Worse.
So once again, use my insurance and then get an allergy test.
Yep,
that's the thing. Go see a.
I had an allergy test. I've taken one.
How long ago?
Just before the.
Okay, take another one. You're aging, kid. Like. Yeah. Your brain isn't even all the way formed yet, so take another one.
But make sure your allergist doesn't smoke black.
I'm not saying that in a bad way. It's just when you're 25 is when like your brain is like pretty much done. So
I think it's the same allergy that my mother has that they don't actually test for. So.
Well, I mean, if you know what it is, then.
Yeah.
I can avoid it if I pay attention to the packaging that I'm buying. Because that's what I do. Is I didn't pay attention to the fucking packaging, and I left it on my face overnight. Right. And I woke up and my skin was screaming, and I went to go take it off, and I can't raise my eyebrows.
God damn it!
I do have box.
Wow, shit.
Lily, this one time, your cousin was at fucking Disneyland and only about 6 years old. Me and Mishka did not realize that he has a allergy to all things sunblock.
Oh wow.
His fucking face at 6 years old looked like goddamn Will Smith from Hitch, where it just fucking blew up with that shellfish shit.
Yeah.
And he was still like, "No, let's go on some more fucking rides." I was like, "Kid, we gotta get you a fucking EpiPen, goddamn it."
Yeah.
He's like
yeah, I can make it. Let's wait another 2-hour line. I can make it.
Yeah.
Annoying part is that it was when I put it on my forehead, and my sweatband for my welding hood sits on my forehead.
Ooh.
So I kept trying to take my hood off as much as possible so that it wouldn't irritate it more, and then go home and then put some soothing stuff on my forehead. And then lay down and then wait for that stuff to set in, wash it off, which is actually what I was doing when Dad was like, "Here's the link." And I'm like, I gotta go wash this off.
Yeah. So if you get a chance, there's a company called Round Lab, and they're from South Korea. No, I almost said Korea, but people assume when I say Korea, they think North Korea. I'm like, no, South Korea. They have really good skincare products that are good for like most people's skin. So
Korean
Look.
skincare is
yes,
amazing.
it's legit. It's a little bit, a little pricey, but you know what? I love my goddamn skin.
I'm not trying to stereotype, but them South Koreans know about some men's goddamn skincare. Them motherfuckers be looking flawless as a goddamn motherfucker. When we started
Yeah.
watching K-pop videos, I was like,
Yeah.
damn, these motherfuckers be shining with their goddamn skin and shit.
We still get we still get requests for K-pop and Brazilian bands.
We need to get back to
We need to
Years
get back on it
later?
because literally, there's
Yeah.
somebody that's literally commented on like 3 videos. Like they're like, I'm really a fan. I want you to do like this for like this one group. And it's just like we got to get back.
Yeah,
But it's
and
hard now
what's
because we're all
funny-
different places.
But what's funny is like so many K-pop bands have come and gone, and new
Yeah.
ones keep popping up.
Yeah.
So it's like apparently I had no idea, but apparently BTS broke up or some shit, and they're getting back together next year. They're doing like a
I mean,
back together tour. Or
I'm
something.
pretty sure it's like my daughter's favorite K-pop band is Blackpink, and now like all of them individually are on like other ventures,
Wow.
which I pay attention to because that's her band. So
There you go.
yeah, like Lisa, and there's a couple other ones too. But I would love to do more reaction videos because they take like literally a couple minutes.
Mhm.
And they're always fun because, especially if you haven't seen it before, you don't know what the fuck to expect. It's
You have
rolling
no
dice.
idea what happened.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know what I mean? One time I saw a little K-pop band smoking nothing but Black and Milds. It was great. You know?
Oh my goodness.
Put the Timbs on.
I remember when you guys did the reaction.
Hands
to,
on.
Go ahead, Lily.
I remember when you guys did the reaction to Moo because I could hear you guys in the living
Yeah.
room.
Yeah, that was fun.
That shit
Oh, was that
great.
the Doja Cat one?
Yeah.
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 That shit was great.
You
I
like
remember that.
all of you guys came out of the garage and just, bitch, I'm a cow.
Yeah.
The context for this, but it's funny.
Yeah.
It was funny. Because that video was hilarious. I was like, "What is this? Is she serious?"
Well,
She
the
was.
song was great too. It was a great video, great song.
That was like, honestly, that's one of the best meme songs of all time.
Yeah.
Like, seriously. And this is like before. So I listened to Doja Cat before Moo. So Moo is actually what like blew her up.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah.
And so I listened to her when it was like, she had a song called So High, which to me, like her older music is like more enjoyable for me because it was like her when she was just like getting high, making music. But like her newer stuff, I mean, it's popular, but her older stuff to me is better. And like, but I'm still glad that she like blew up after the fact
Yeah.
because she's making that money,
She is. That bacon money. All right. We want to wrap it. I know we've gone some random places from books to fucking
Yeah.
Timbs, but
1 second. I think there was like maybe one thing I wanted to talk about.
Books, Big Beautiful Bills, and Black and Milds.
there you go. I got to go to a liquor store right now. Like, let me find one.
I haven't
I
had
mean,
Black
if
and
she
Mild
really-
in a minute.
I got a whole
I-
fucking backyard, man. You know what I mean? I'm wasting it, not doing that. You know?
For real,
mean,
bro.
you
You
need
can have
to-
a bunker in there. You could be smoking a hookah in your bunker.
Yes.
Just saying.
I mean, you can
Black-
always go to your local dispensary, get you some Black and Milds, and be creative, as
Yeah.
they say.
You know, my children don't know, to my knowledge, what like the smell of S curl and like
Wow.
a 1994 Cutlass and Black and Mild.
my
smells
goodness.
like.
Yeah. 1994.
Oh my God.
All right.
Milds aren't even cigarettes, too.
Yeah. I used to smoke Newports, by the way. Just saying.
God damn,
For a
that is
minute.
cultural.
And then I was like, you know what? This is a little too black. So I went to I started smoking what was my thing for a long time? It was the Camel Red Lights.
Ugh. Camels.
Yeah, Camels. Yeah.
Ugh.
So, I mean, Lily, you probably know this, but like that fucking cartoon character looked cool as hell. Like
Especially back in the day. Yeah.
Joe Camel, he was basically like Mickey Mouse in terms of like how pervasive he was. He was all over the place.
But honestly, I think that he was. I'm pretty sure that Joe Camel was just like really. It was like a sniper rifle to Black America.
yes,
Like, look at this cool motherfucker.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like
he
he's got
smokes
big.
menthols like me.
He's got big ass lips too. Look at this dude.
He looks just like Jay-Z.
Yeah.
Damn.
That was pretty racist what I said. I realized that. It was a joke, by the way. It was a
Yes.
joke.
Wow,
So don't be mad.
Because I used to smoke cigarettes before I started vaping, and everybody made fun of me because I smoked what everybody told me was the 40-year-old white man equivalent of cigarettes.
Which is?
Marlboros?
Golds.
Marlboro Golds?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. I smoked Reds for a little while, but yeah, wasn't my jam.
Yeah, and I found out menthols made me nauseous. So
They're supposed to, I think, right?
No idea.
I was like, all right, I was like, somebody like, hey, can I borrow a cigarette? And they gave me a menthol. And I was like,
Can you borrow? Did you give it back?
Huh?
Did you give it back?
I'm sure I gave the butt back and be like, you can have
Yeah.
You're like, no, I need a real cigarette, fool.
By the way, we do have a pretty fucking awesome right over here in the Vista. It's technically walking distance from my house. Cigar lounge.
You should go. Yeah.
That 3-in-1 ain't bad at all.
Oh, you're talking
never
about
had
right? I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not walking, bro. You're not walking there. Why are you lying?
I'm not doing the walking. But
Yeah,
I could.
that's all uphill for you.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I know you ain't fucking walking there.
Wasn't that the route you took to school every day, uphill both ways?
Yeah,
Exactly.
in the snow.
Through
All right,
snow.
y'all. We wrapping.
Yeah, we can. The thing I want to talk about was Death Stranding too. But we can talk about it and Ironheart, but it's fine. We can talk about it
All
differently.
I haven't
Yeah,
seen the last part of Ironheart yet.
Yeah, I'm a little bit through like the last episode, which
Okay.
already was like kind of cool. Like the first three were okay, but like the last three have been really good.
Last three.
Yeah,
It's just weird because it's six episodes and now it's already done. And we're getting more Marvel stuff in like what,
Wait, it's only a
couple weeks?
6-episode series?
yeah,
yeah, it's only 3 and
Oh, wow.
3.
And we're getting
Yeah.
Eyes of Wakanda in like August.
Yeah. Is it
Okay.
August or next month?
August 27th.
Oh, this is
which is
I
technically
thought,
yes,
I'm sorry.
next month.
I'm sorry, the end of this month. I thought it was the end of this month
No,
because there's
no.
a preview online,
Oh
and
my
we're
God,
getting Fantastic Fours on the 20th or something like that.
It's like right after Superman.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Lily, I'll start with you. What you got happening this week for you?
Not a damn thing. I'm gonna be relaxing, not doing a single fucking thing.
Are you at least going to watch a scary Detroit horror movie?
I might now. I also need to catch up with Squid Games because
There you go.
they got spoiled for me. So now I need to know context.
Squid Games is fucking ridiculous.
I mean, Squid Games in the previews they spoiled it for me. I was just like, bro, okay, obviously he won, so
Yeah,
I guess now I'll just see how.
Could be a dream sequence. Who knows?
Maybe, yeah.
They're making a Squid Games America.
They're making there's a Squid Games universe. I should send it to you.
Yes.
It's like they're making a Squid Games like 1987, like was one in the future. There's a whole bunch of them, but I'm all in because you know what? They're entertaining. So,
They are.
Entertaining, but I feel like the more they do it, the worse it's gonna get.
Absolutely. Kronos, what you got?
So I think I'm going to Sesame Street Place tomorrow with my youngest.
That's awesome.
So that'll be cool. Other than that, like what I do, there's something I did cool last week. I can't even fucking remember. But I did some cool shit last week. That was fun. Oh, I had a beach day for my jiu-jitsu crew. That was super cool, and I used my my paddle board for like the first time because my youngest wanted to see what it was like, and it was cool until you have like just you and like a little kid on a paddle board and you're paddling and you're just like, what if we fall? So I had her. I had her put a life vest on, but there was a time when she like made us flip over, like on accident, obviously, and I had my sunglasses on, and my sunglasses fall off my face when we fell in the water. And there's like a bunch of seaweed. So I'm like trying to literally like find my glasses before they fall to like the bottom of the ocean and like make sure that the paddleboard flips over straight and making sure that she's okay at the same time. End of the day, I got my glasses. I got lucky, but yeah. That was fun though. So yeah, we got to do a beach day. You said you want to do something for the 4th of July, Prodigy? Like
Yeah. Let me get through this fucking workday tomorrow, and then
either Friday or Saturday. Let's get something together. Maybe we'll cigar or beach or something.
Something, yeah. Because I know. I think my brother's working on Friday. Because normally I would say let's go to his house because he's got a fucking pool. But and he's my brother. So, but maybe on Saturday he might be not working because I know he's going to be away for a couple of days. So
Okay.
for like work stuff. So yeah, I'll contact him and see if he's available on Saturday. Because yeah, I have my youngest on Saturday. So yeah, so we can do it.
Something. I mean, we'll figure it out. But yeah, let's beer something because you're no more sober month or
Off
whatever.
keto. I lost my weight. I got my summer body. I'm good. I
There
got
you
my
go.
4-pack back.
All right.
Wow.
Let's get some beer and some Crown Royale and that.
Yeah.
Uh,
And some Timbs and some Black and Milds.
there you
Oh shit! I almost said something, and it's because I've been watching too much of these fucking Bigfoot and Yeti videos. Yeah.
Yes, I love those videos.
Oh, I've seen so many. I've been corrupted.
There
There's
you
too
go.
much.
Old Ninja, what you got?
So yeah, the 4th. I guess I have tentative plans. I'm partially working that day, so I don't know what the night's gonna be like. We'll see what's going on. I do want to do some zombies with hopefully Stitch and Prodigy because I've been out of commission for a little bit. So we'll get at least one good session this holiday weekend, hopefully. I haven't seen Ironheart, the 3 that came out, or Squid Games. So I'm gonna try to pick some. I'm probably gonna watch Ironheart tonight, and Squid
There you
Games
go.
I'll probably watch over the next like 4 or 5 days. And then it's been hot as fuck up here, so been trying to like be cool or whatnot. We might do a beach day this weekend, but I'm not 100%. And then I'm really just gonna be chilling because it's been hot. I don't feel like going anywhere. Maybe do some like light stuff around the house, but that's kind of about it. And just catching up on shows. Yeah, that's about it.
Good shit. For me, definitely looking forward to a little family time and getting together. One of these days this weekend, but I'm just glad it's a fucking 3-day weekend and fucking just happy to spend some time hanging out, man. Looking forward to zombies. I need to catch episode 2 and 3 of Ironheart, so I'll give that a shot. But loving Squid Games, and I think I will rewatch. I'm going to treat myself. I'm going to rewatch Interspecies Reviewers. You know, with my
Oh
pinkies
my
up
god!
and go from there.
Damn. All right.
Oh my god!
Take us out of here, old ninja.
All right. You just experienced Blacker Than Black times Infinity,
Diddy.
the dankest podcast on the internet. Check us out anywhere and everywhere with Be Than BTI. That's BTHAN BTI. Anywhere you consume your podcast. Just know that every Wednesday, 8:30 Pacific-ish time, we go live on YouTube and simulcast on Twitch. You can watch us there. You can actually be part of the discussion. Be a part of the Infinity Vault. We had the Vault was live tonight, actually.
Yeah.
There's some pretty interesting stuff going down. You can check out our official website, binhadproductions.squarespace.com/BThenBTI. We also have a Discord server. Email us at bthenbti@gmail.com. If you want to join, if you want to just check it out or whatnot, and that's it.
Good shit.
All right. We're out this bitch.
Bye.